Hi everyone, hi. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to tonight's Elite Comma Club Freight Dispatching Training. How to start freight dispatching, how to start a freight dispatching service. I missed the letter. I'm gonna give you all a few minutes to come on in. I'm gonna break this down in sections. I'm just doing this on a whim, so I haven't even, decided how many sections I have. So just be on the lookout for video number 1, video number 2, and so forth and so forth. It'll probably be like 4 videos. So I could do it like a whole complete 2 or 3 hour training, but I'm gonna break it down for you all because I know that once I start this training, you all will not last for 2 or 3 hours. So I'm gonna break it down for you. It may be more sections. I don't know. I may have it down to an hour sections or 30-minute sections. I'm really not sure, but we're gonna get this training done. By the end of this training, you will know how to start and grow your freight dispatcher service. You'll know how to find carriers. You'll know what to say to those carriers. You'll know how to find brokers and know what to say to those brokers. I'm gonna give you different ways that you go and find your carriers and then get their email address and everything. We won't go too much in like the load board or whatever, but I do have a 1-hour training on freight the load board training, so I'll upload that as well. So that'll be on a separate video, so you all can probably see that at your own leisure. So I won't go into too much detail about that because I made an hour-long video on that alone, so I won't cover that at all. But for those of you who do not know me, my name is Aya Kamau. That's A-Y, well, A''Y, U-A. Last name Kamau, K-A-M-A-U. Everyone calls me Aya or Keisha or the Billionaires. I prefer the Billionaires because that's how I see myself. And I'm a true believer in it actually manifesting who I want to be and creating my own destiny. So I'm the captain of my own ship. So with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right on in. So I won't have to be here that long. So next slide. You will learn how step-by-step instruction on load booking. Again, I made an hour-long video on that. That will be separate from this. Basic terminology that we use in freight dispatching. There is a lot of terminology out there. You can look online and get a PDF and write down all the freight dispatching terminology, trucking terminology. I teach you how to do a rate confirmation sheet. So I'll teach you about factoring. A lot of you all may not know about factoring, or you may not know what's the best factoring company to go to. So I'm just giving you some numbers. I won't point you in the right direction, but I will give you not right direction, but I won't just tell you go with this company. All right, but I'll just tell you ones I use and the numbers of some of the others. And then, of course, like I said earlier, how to find carriers, what to say to them. Then, most importantly, the market conditions. We'll learn about the market conditions as well. Where to send your trucks every morning. And where to actually go and talk to shippers where they can actually, you can cut out the broker and go straight to the shippers. We also learn about it's not on here, but the equipment that you'll use. So it's different types of equipment you'll use as well, that a lot of people skip over because it is boring, but that's the foundation of this industry. The trucking, the equipment that you use, the accessories that you use for certain trucks. So that will be an important section. I want you all just to make sure that you actually listening to that section. I don't know if that'll be section video 1, 2, or 3, but make sure that you're paying attention to when I do that section. All right. So all right, so we're going to talk about taking smaller steps, right? So I'm going to make this larger. I'm actually recording on 2 screens, so one screen is getting everything, the other one is not. So I'm gonna make sure this is, I'm gonna make this, I'm just scoot it over a little bit so you can just see that. The importance of taking smaller steps. I want you to keep that picture in mind, right? And I'm gonna push it back over. And I wish I can, well, I can't do it. Maybe if I wasn't recording it, I'd need to make it bigger, but I'm doing it on 2 screens, but you all get the picture. So I know that you all may be anxious, nervous, scared, all of the above, because it's something new. You're taking a chance. Most of you all just jumping off the porch. I've talked to several people and they just quit the job and then they just jumping in and all in, but they're like, it's like, I'm just taking away plan B. I'm gonna get this no matter what. So they're, you know, they're jumping off the porch, but I want you guys to know that, you know, this is not a get rich quick opportunity here. Freight dispatch. I think the hardest part is actually getting your first carrier. Once you get your first carrier, you're gaining momentum. So most people be like, okay, I get my first carrier. Now what I do? First it was, oh, how do I get my first carrier? Then it, you know, then okay, I get my first carrier. Now what do I do? All right, I get the broker. Now what do I say to him? You know, just different things that you will know that even this training cannot teach you. I could tell you what to say, but you're going to have to make sure that you're putting that in the verbiage that you understand, in a way that you're comfortable with. Because one thing you don't want to do is get on the phone with these brokers or these carriers and sound like you don't know what the hell you're doing. You want to have confidence in this business, okay? And another thing, I don't want you guys to go and subscribe to a load board. I'll give you guys a few steps. Starting your business 1 through 6. Don't go and get a load board subscription and before you go get a carrier. Now, it is free. I could give you a link that, you know, you can get one for free for 30 days, but we're not going to do that right now. We want to find our carrier first. And I know you will hear me discuss about different ways you can find carriers, and one way is on the load board. Take that information. And after you get your first carrier, and then you get that load board, now you can go find that avenue to go and look for more carriers. Okay, but don't get it before you, you know, when you start, or when you're starting off right away. And then another thing, you want to set up your business correctly. First, the first time, I know a lot of us like, okay, I want to get into this dispatching business, and I have this name. But first I want to find a carrier. You skip steps. No, we're going to set it up correctly. Then not only that, when you're setting up your business, it's a certain way that you have to set it up, because even though you're a dispatching company, we're going to start with the end in mind, right? And with that being said, like, you may want to venture out as a carrier. You may want some trucks, but you don't have enough funds to purchase a truck, you know, free and clear. So you may have to get financing for it. So you're the smart one. You went through the elite club, right? You already went through the elite, so you know that you're setting your business up the correct way the first time. And with that being said, we're not going to have dispatch, whatever your business name. Whatever your business name, dispatch. We're going to leave dispatch off of it. You could put logistics, trucking, or carrier. I mean, something, whatever. But we're going to leave dispatching off, okay? When you're naming your company, make sure that you leave dispatching off. If you already have it, hey, I guess you're stuck with it. But for those of you who haven't already created your business, we're going to leave dispatching off, because we can become a carrier. You know, so we don't want to just go back and have to do everything over again. We want to do it right the first time, all right? All right. So let's continue. You guys already read it. Don't worry about your the LLC. I'm saying why you're in the process. You already registered your company. You know, don't worry about, okay, I can't start until I get my LLC back. No. As long as your process has started, we're going to start working, okay? We're going to take small steps. We're going to get there faster. All right? So I have this model. We're coming from excuses to execution. I know a lot of you may be like, well, I don't like this company because, well, no, let me take that back. I went through this training and I still need help on this, that, and the other. Now, I would not say that it's all the guru, the person who created the course. I would not say it's all their fault, because I deal with a lot of people and a lot of students that you get information to, they don't even take a look at the information. If you give them the information, like I had this membership group, it's called Elite Freight Dispatch Elite Company Club, right? And I have so many resources in that thing. But some of my members don't even look at it. They wait till we go on classes, during classes, and ask me questions that's already provided to them. We got to stop going from excuses, y'all. We got to stop being so lazy. Get the information that's handed to you. Research it. Do it. Utilize it. Don't wait on somebody to just help you. Like, just, everybody want to be pacified, but want microwave results. But they don't want to put in no kind of work. I'm not helping you. Because I know if you ask me a question that's already in my membership group, I'm not helping you. It's in the membership group. Where is it? I'll wait on you to tell me. I'm not telling you. Because we're not babysitting here. Okay? We're all adults. And we're going to come from excuses to execution. And the way we're going to do that is by me not enabling you. And some people may get mad, some may not. But if they get mad and then drop out, hey, bye-bye. Can't deal with you anyway, because I'm giving you the information. It's up to you to utilize it. And every week we do classes, right? Training, hands-on training. That's all execution. We're not going over what's already provided to you. So meet people halfway. Okay? When they give you the information, meet people halfway. The information I provide for you here today, meet me halfway and do it. Just do it. All right, enough of my preaching. So let's go on. These are the steps I was telling you all about. That, let me go back. Okay. Oh, I'm going too fast. It's going to go back again. All right, we're going to skip over that. Okay, this is where I want to be. Yeah, I'm moving too fast. I'm sorry. I'm excited. All right, you remember when I was telling you about the 6 steps? These are the 6 steps. Don't go below this right now. We're going to stay up here. We're going to name that company first. I want you to do it in this order. Name your company. Write that name. Now, you have to check again, see if anybody else has that name. So, there's different ways you can Google that. I don't want to spend too much time on that, self-explanatory. So, you want to name your company, make sure, cross-referencing, make sure no one else has it. And I misspelled steps. You want to obtain a business email. All right, that's the second thing you want to do. The third thing you want to do is obtain a business phone number and register that with the 411. All right, you could go through GoDaddy to get it. You can go through any site to go get your business phone number. You want to set up a virtual address. Physical address is what I use. There's many more out there, but that's what I use. You want to obtain your EIN. This website right here, you can obtain your EIN for free. Now, you want to create your LLC. Okay, we want to do it in this order because in order for you to obtain your LLC, you're going to have an email, phone number, and an address, and your business name, and your EIN number. So we already got that. Okay? But We're not using our home address. We're not using our personal email. We're doing away with the Gmail, Yahoo's, iCloud, .org. I'm not .org. I take that back. You know, all those generic things. We're not doing that. All right. We're not even doing business name LLC at Gmail. Absolutely not. If you got it, change it. We're not doing your name at businessnamellc.com. We're not doing that. That's not a proper way. Leave the LLC off. You can do your name at businessname.com, but LLC does not have to be included in that. You can do info at yourbusinessname.com. You can do support at yourbusinessname.com, but we're not doing LLC.com. We're not doing at Gmail. We're not doing Yahoo, anything in it. We're professional, okay? And now we're not going to use our cell phone numbers because, like I told you all earlier, when we're gonna start the end in mind, right? So let's just say you transition over, you want to do on top of your dispatch, you want to create your own carrier company. You want to get your own trucks now. So you need funding. We already set everything up, right? So now we're going to have our business phone number not connected to us, not our personal cell phone number, because any underwriter that you go to, to lend you funds, they're going to look at that. They're going to look at your address. They want to make sure it's not a home address. It may be different now because, the pandemic, everybody's working from home now, so it may be different. But just in case things aren't different and they go back, we want to make sure it's the same. Right? And once you get your LLC, I don't have it on this one that you can, right here, but I want you to obtain your Duns and Bradstreet number. I think I have it on the next slide. No, I don't. I want your Duns and Bradstreet number after you obtain your LLC. We're all going to do it in that order. Okay? You don't have to worry about the dispatching website. You don't have to all the other stuff right now. So, one thing I do want you to know, like if you get your LLC, let's just say 2 weeks down the road, you go and try to open up your bank account. Now, mind you, your LLC hasn't come back. But if it's established in the system, and you go open the bank, they could pull it up from your LLC. I mean your EIN and your business name. They can pull it up, and even if it's not finalized, they can still open up your bank account. And if you start a business and you don't open that bank account up to like 3 or 6 months later, your business doesn't start when you get to LLC. It starts when you open that bank account up. Make sure you open that bank account up right after you get that LLC, or 2 or 3 weeks in after you apply for your LLC. So open that bank account up, okay? All right, so we're going to go to the next slide. I will not go into all of this, but, different ways you can form your business properly. I will tell you to stay away from the sole proprietor. We're not doing that. Not at all. All right? So look those up, how to form your company properly. I don't want to just tell you guys how to do that right now and get sued for you doing it the wrong way, or I'm telling you something that I'm not aware of, okay? So just look into that. Right? All right, now to the good part. To the good part. To the good part. To the good part. The trailer types, right? We're going to go through the trailer types. But before we go there, we're going to just tell me, what do you think freight dispatcher is? Freight dispatcher. What do you think it is? You guys can't tell me because I'm recording, but just tell me. Tell yourself, what do you think it is? All right. So, what a freight dispatcher does, they're basically like a representative for the carrier. I know a lot of people may get freight dispatching and freight broker mixed up. The freight dispatcher is representing the carrier. The freight broker is representing, I guess, the shipper, right? And the freight broker and the freight dispatcher, they're both middlemen. Okay, so the way we're doing it is the freight broker calls up the freight shipper, negotiating a good price to haul freight on the shipper's behalf. Now that freight brokerage put those loads, they agree upon whatever. Freight broker get those the freight, the loads, whatever you want to call it, and upload it onto the load board or shoot out a blast email to dispatchers or carrier or owner operators that they have on their in their database or in their email list. So now they're sending those loads, that freight that they got from that shipper, and they're giving it to the carriers and or the dispatcher. Most brokers like working with dispatchers because dispatchers, they don't only work with one person, they work with a lot of different people, which they say that may change soon. We don't know, but hey, just know that it may change pretty soon that you only can work with one carrier. But we're going to carry on as if the rules or the law hasn't changed. So we're going to just go from there right now. And once it changes, trust me, I'll make a video on that and update everyone on when it changed and how does it affect us as freight dispatchers. But so brokers like working with freight dispatchers because they bring more than one carrier and in different states across the United States. So that's why they like working with it. And the pros and cons of being an independent freight dispatcher, well, there are a lot. So I'm going to just name a few because once you start doing it long enough, what bothers me may not bother you. And what bothers you may not bother me. So you're going to really have to make up your own pros and cons. But I will tell you some pros and cons that a lot of us have in common. Okay? We're going to start with that. All right. So one of the pros of being a freight dispatcher is you can create the amount of money that you want. You create your own income. Right? It gives you the knowledge of the trucking industry at a high rate, very fast. You will learn through this freight dispatch. I advise everybody to become a freight dispatcher. You will learn the industry inside and out as a freight dispatcher. Versus if you're on the road and that's all you're doing is driving, picking up, and everything. Now I'm not saying like that's not a hard job. That is, because I did not 18-wheeler, but a 26-foot box truck. I've drove trucks nationwide. But so it is wear and tear on your body. It's a lot the truckers have to go through. But what I'm saying is you will get to know a lot of different things that go on in the trucking industry as a freight dispatcher. And of course, you can transition over to a carrier. It's easy transitioning over to a carrier from a freight dispatcher. If you're a people person and you like to help people, you could be you're not only a dispatcher, you're a caregiver, you're a teacher, you're a comforter, you're everything to that dispatcher. While you not only dispatching, you're helping that company run his or her business, because you have to keep up with different things like their COI, which is their insurance. You have to make sure that they have all of their compliance together. If you want to stand out as a dispatcher, you want to do that. You want to make sure that all the paperwork is in order. You're doing majority of the paperwork for the owner or the carrier in that freight dispatcher. So you're learning so much. You're learning how to run a carrier business. So the cons of that, you can dispatch someone and they not pay you. What is another con? It's hard trying to get the carriers at first. I'm trying to think of everything that I did that was hard as a freight dispatcher, okay? Another thing, like when you're not out there actually running the trucks, you're not out there doing the things yourself, you have to delegate and you have to trust people to do the right thing out there. Even though it's not your carrier company, you know, it's still troublesome when people aren't doing what they're supposed to do, because it's your name on it too as a dispatcher. You got that freight for them. It's like when a carrier makes a driver upset, they run off with that freight. It's very, very frustrating. Again, you have no liability, nothing to do with that, but it can become stressful at times, right? So you have to be a counselor. If you don't have the right equipment, most of you all won't when you starting up, you have to, they'll call you late at night, break you out your sleep. Let's just say you're on the West Coast and you got somebody on the East Coast. We're behind time. On the West Coast, not we, but I live on the East Coast, but if you're on the West Coast, you're behind time. People waking you up in different times at night. So there are some pros and cons, but you have to come up with that for yourself. And the systems that we use for freight dispatching, I use Load Manager. There is also this thing called Innovative Freight Dispatcher. I think I got it on here. Hold on. There it is, Interporter. That's what it's called. Interporter. You can use that. That's the system that you can use for your freight dispatching. It has everything in there, even a website. And by a click of the button, you can pull up a lot of different things. But in a porter, I'll use the Load Manager. It's different things out there that you use, but you will need a system for operating your freight dispatching business. Okay, we'll get to factoring, and now we're going to get to the types of trucks. Okay, all right.